Tuesday, we're watching Tasty Tuesday. The show is Tuesday. I try to make something tasty. Sometimes it works. Today, we're doing something a little bit different on Tasty Tuesday. We're not gonna try to make something tasty and see if it works. Plot twist. So it's summertime right now and a lot of fruit is in season, like a lot of really cool summer fruits. What I usually do when I see these fruits on sale is I walk right past them to the pre-cut fruits where someone else cut it for me because I have no idea how to cut that shit. So I thought today we'd do sort of a helpful video where I could show you how to cut all these fruits and also some hacks on how to cut that fruit because YouTube likes hacks. Why do you think I'm here? Oh, burn myself, ow. Let's cut this fruit.
Let's start with a mango. Mangoes are a tricky, sticky, confusing ass fruit to cut. I'm gonna show you two different ways to cut this bad boy. And yes, it is a very, very bad boy. One way is the way that I've been doing it for a while, and the other way is the way I just learned about. It's a hack. Food hacks, life hack. Life is being hacked right now. So with both options, you're gonna have to cut around the seed in the middle. And the seed is kind of this like wide, flat thing that takes the same shape as the mango itself. So once we find the side of it, we just kind of cut along the wall right there. See? You could also like cut these side pieces up. Yeah. Yum. Okay. Then we're gonna take 1/2 of the mango and make some cross hash cuts with your hash cuts or hatch cuts? I don't know. Make some lines that cross each other with your knife. Now when you're doing this part, you're gonna cut right to the skin, but not through the skin. So hopefully your knife isn't super sharp. I've definitely accidentally used a sharp knife and that is not the one you wanna go with. Trust. Then you just kind of turn it inside out and bam, you got a bunch of little mango bites. Eat your heart out. Oh, hi. Oops, I forgot. I have a fruit monster that lives here. Hopefully that's the last we see of him. Anyway, if you want a mango cutting hack, and I know you do, take a drinking glass, then take half of your mango and just push it along the side of your glass. It'll fall right in the cup and then you could cut it into spears or whatever fancy shape you want to do with it, you fancy motherfucker. Oh, fruit monster. Ugh, come on. Okay, next we have a kiwi. So I used to cut this fruit all wrong. You can't eat the fuzzy part on the outside, so like somehow it has to come off and it's like, ugh, is this how you do it? I don't know. I'm just never gonna buy this fruit ever. But then I learned the hack. That's right, life hacks, all right. My kiwi eating life hack has me eating these things like 2 times a year, maybe, if that. To do it, first you're gonna cut the end off like this. Then you kind of make a small cut of the skin along the length of the kiwi. And then you take a spoon, secret weapon, and you just kind of like, yeah, and you just keep doing that. And then you cut it. Boom, ba-bam, boom. You have a few bites of kiwi. Because that's all that really is in a kiwi. Up next, we got an avocado, my all-time favorite fruit in the whole world. I was born and raised in California, so I grew up knowing how to cut one of these angelic food of the gods, but I realized it's kind of tricky for other people, so I thought I'd include it in this video. I would not want anybody to dislike an avocado because they don't know how to cut it right. First thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure it's ripe. I don't really know how to teach this. You just kind of press on it, and it's gotta be like a little soft, but not mushy soft. An unripe avocado is rock hard, but like a ripe avocado, it has some give. Not a lot of give, but like a little bit of give. It's very, you're gonna just have to test a lot of avocados to see what I'm talking about. That's a whole different video. Anyway, first thing you're gonna wanna do when you have a ripe avocado is take this little stem thing off. It's a terrible, terrible thing that's always trying to ruin your guacamole. Get out of here, we hate you. Then we're gonna just cut this in half by slicing down the center until we reach the pit. The pit is a round, smooth sphere, so once we reach the pit, all we're gonna do is rotate the knife around it until we have an even half. And then you just pull it apart. Getting the seed out of this half of the avocado is kind of tricky though. If you try to get it out with a spoon, you'll end up taking out a huge chunk of your avocado, and you do not want to waste any of your avocado, your precious, precious baby. Yeah, that's what it is, that. The best way I've found to take this seed out is to take a sharp knife, make sure it's sharp, otherwise you're just gonna be looking dumb. Aim for the center and then knock it like pretty hard. Then you just twist and pull it out. Get off your knife without cutting yourself. You gotta bang the handle of the knife against the side of your trash can. Boom, bye. And then you can just slice the avocado right in the peel for like salads or burgers or pizzas or like life. Or you could take the other half, slice it in half again, and then just peel. Comes right off. And then you slice and dice as you, damn it, fruit monster, ew. That's just gross. So, pineapple. You definitely passed on a pineapple because you were like, F that noise. I have no idea how to cut that. There's actually a few ways you can cut pineapple that both involve getting rid of the skin and the core in the middle of it. However, I only bought one pineapple, so I'm just gonna show you the hack way. Of course, it's the what everyone wants. To do the hack way, though, you gotta get yourself one of these penis pump looking things. Then you're gonna chop the end off of the pineapple and you're gonna stick this baby right in the middle and twist it. Just twist, you just twist and it's super easy. You don't have to cut anything out. This is gonna create some pineapple rings. So when you get to the bottom, which I didn't quite make it all the way because this pineapple was a little underripe, so it was like hard. But when you make it, you're just gonna pull it up. Ooh, look at that. Then you're just gonna remove the handle part and boom, bam! You got some juicy ass fresh pineapple for cheap because it wasn't pre-cut. Also, what's cool is like you can make a smoothie with the pineapple and then you could put the smoothie back into the pineapple husk if you like want to get super Pinterest about it. Next, we got a watermelon. This stuff is so cheap in the summer, but only if you buy the kind you have to cut yourself. Yeah, then you got to deal with the rinds and like where do you put them? Have you ever been to a barbecue and it's like they just have watermelon out and then you gotta figure out what to do? You're just like talking to people with a plate full of rinds. It's a damn mess. Unless you knew how to easily cut this bitch into cubes. Yeah, rindless cubes. Hell yeah. Don't worry about this. I'm gonna show you. First, you're just gonna chop it in half right down the middle. Yep. Then you're gonna cut that half in half. Great. Okay, now you're gonna make some cuts like this, all the way down the length of the watermelon. This is so easy. You guys are never gonna buy pre-cut watermelon again. Now you're just gonna make some horizontal cuts on the sides and then cut down the rind. And oh my God, look at these beautiful cubes of summer delight. You have so much watermelon. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And it cost you pennies. Now, throw these cubes into the freezer and make yourself a watermelon margarita like a grown-up. Here's a link in case you want to do that. Fruit Monster, no! Oh, I was trying to plug my videos. Okay, this one's not really a fruit, but it's still a tricky bitch to cut because somewhere down in the history books, some clown decided we need to cut leaves into strips and then make fun of anyone that can't do it. Yeah, a bunch of bullies started the food industry and I just wanted to expose that. Anyway, I learned how to cut basil from you guys in the comments of Tasty Tuesday, and it turns out you just roll these leaves up like a fat yoga mat. Yeah, and then you take a knife, not this knife is not good, this knife, and then you just slice the roll you made. There, you got your stupid strips. Stupid. Why can't we just have chunks? We don't, like, it's unnecessary. Lastly, we have an onion, which I don't think is technically a fruit either, but it took me forever to learn how to cut one, so I'm putting it in this video. Seems like everyone and their mother knows how to cut an onion, but no one ever taught me. If you watch old episodes of Tasty Tuesday, you'll see me just like hacking away trying to make some onion chops and wondering how the world turns. Anyway, first we're gonna put a towel under our cutting board to prevent it from sliding around. Onions are tricky enough as it is. We don't need them sliding around, getting your fingers chopped off too. No thanks. See? Doesn't slide now. Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna chop off the end of this so we can get all that papery stuff off. Get out of here. Bye. Then see this hairy thing? We're gonna chop the onion in half down the middle of this thing. This is the glue that's gonna make this whole thing work. Now this part is optional, but then I'm gonna put the onion halves into a bowl of water so you don't cry like a little bitch baby. This helps to cut down on the stuff that makes you tear up, and it'll get rid of any sort of fungus or fungal growth, ew, whatever. After they've soaked for a minute, we'll take them out, dry your hands off because you don't want them to slip on your knife, and we'll get to cutting. First, we're gonna make cuts this way toward the hairy bulb thing. Pro tip is to curl your fingers like this so they touch the knife as you cut, ensuring that you don't cut your fingers. Haha! After we've made all those cuts, we're just gonna turn this a little and then cut the opposite way. The onion itself already has the slices going into it naturally. So when we're done with these cuts, we have nice little onion squares. Cool. We diced it. Fruit Monster, what? That's an onion. Oh, gross. We really gotta get rid of that thing. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe some of you are like, we already knew how to cut these fruits. Meh. Well, woohoo! Look at you. Some of us weren't born knowing all of life's answers, okay? So hopefully this video was a little bit helpful to some of you. And as always, subscribe so you don't miss any of this, and I will see you next time. Bye!